All right, we are here with composer and lyricist and songwriter, according to his website, Drew Gasparini.
Yeah.
Why don't you talk a bit about your journey on this career of yours and talk a little bit about your big break in the industry?
Well, okay. I don't know that I've had my big break yet.
Okay.
But my journey to this part of my life started in San Francisco. I was writing songs not professionally, just because I liked it and I wanted to get good at it. And I wrote my mom a Mother's Day song as a present. And that's kind of where it all started. And then I started doing it more and more and more. And then went to college in Los Angeles. And while I was down there, I started touring with people like this, Jason Mraz, who is playing right now. How hilarious! And while I was doing that, and I was living in LA and playing all those shows, I started writing a musical. And I had done musical theater when I was a kid. I took like tap dance and stuff. I did musical theater. But I hadn't thought about writing it. And then I started to, and it just kind of became this easy thing for me, like voicing my problems through other characters. That's what the first musical kind of was for me, a little bit. And then that was called Crazy Just Like Me, and I sent it to some people in New York, and they said, this is good enough for you to at least move out here, so you should. And I did. And that's why I'm here. And then other great things happened, and I just keep going for the ride? Is that a cliche, horrible thing to say?
Hey, cliché's fine. This thing is called Big Break, so when you're talking about showbiz, big breaks, that's
big
cliched,
break.
right?
Yeah, cliches work then.
Yeah, totally.
Big break.
Your big break.
I came here. $2, 3 bags. Is that what it is?
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
$2. You can't even get Starbucks in the city with $2.
Right. You can't get anything.
Yeah, I was going to say, not even on the subway.
Can't even get a condom for $2. What?
Wait, what?
Anyway.
Well, at least you're promoting
safe sex.
Very good. So you wrote your mother a song.
Yes. Let's segue into that.
Did that put you up on the top of the favorite child list?
Yes, and I'm still there to this day, and there are 4 of us.
Good. I
don't think I'm the favorite child at all. I think my parents love us all pretty equally because I'm on camera. But I have an older brother and 2 younger sisters, and they're all talented musically. My younger sister Casey just moved here, and she's going to start kicking ass out here too.
Cool.
It's exciting, yeah.
Talk a little bit about your new album that's coming out. I know it's coming out April 23rd.
April 20th, yeah, we just found that out today, that's the official date. So yeah, this new album is, it's called I Could Use a Drink. It's like a collection of songs from my musicals, Crazy Just Like Me, Make Me Bad, Circles, and some random theater-y, poppy songs. And we got singers like Jeremy Jordan, we got Jen Damiano, and Nick Blameyer, and Alex Brightman, and Andrew Kober, and Casey Levy, and Casey Chic, and lots of awesome Broadway talent.
All talentless people who've never done anything.
Honestly, yeah. Lindsay Mendez, why would anyone want to listen to Lindsay Mendez?
No,
oh, God, it's
terrible
horrible.
voice.
So I'm excited because these people agreed. They wanted to do this album with me. And we spent all of October, November, and December in the studio just kind of yucking around. And we had Charlie Rosen, who's he's been the MD he's 22 years old. He's been the MD for 4 Broadway shows right now.
Wow.
The guy's insane. He's a monster. He did all the arrangements. He made these songs super killer. I am completely proud of this. So yeah, April 23rd, it will be out in the world officially. You can pre-order it now on Amazon.com.
Please.
So yeah, that's what's going on with that. I'm really pumped.
Talk a little bit about your process when you're writing music. Where do you go creatively to...
The bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. That's
really?
not a joke at all. I feel like I do my best thinking on the toilet.
Wow.
No. I write my darker stuff from the bathroom. I'm saying this really seriously because it's not a joke, but now I'm saying it out loud and it sounds ridiculous. Yeah. But my bathroom becomes my little office sometimes, mostly for lyrics. If I'm just sitting there wasting the day away, sometimes I don't even have to go. I just go in there because it's a little room I can lock myself in, and so my lyrics will start to come. That's where I write my best lyrics, is in the bathroom. But creatively, the process, because I do a lot of pop stuff, and when I write some songs for Smash and stuff like that, there's deadlines and there's assignments. So there's 2 sides of the brain that you gotta kind of compartmentalize. When it's an assignment kind of thing, there's a rush, there's a deadline. You have to force yourself to have this song make sense and have this song need a purpose.
Right.
But if there's no rush, then I'll sit in the bathroom for 4 or 5 days and write, a serial killer musical.
That's something I would like to see.
As you do. Oh, and you will. We're taking next steps with Make Me Bad. It's crazy. I wrote it with Alex Brightman.
Previous interview done with
Yes,
us.
he did an interview with you as well.
He did. Why don't you talk a little bit about Smash? And your songs just recently were aired on the show, right?
Yeah. One of my songs, Good For You, is just on episode 3-ish or something like that.
Okay.
I think they used 11 seconds of it. I really don't know. But that was a song I had written a while ago, not for Smash. And when I got hired this summer to be part of the team, it's interesting how they're doing this. There was like a handful of us, and we're like a pool of writers. And then the assignments go out for when they need a song written, and then I'd write a song, and who knows if they picked it or not. You know what I mean? So I've written a few for them, but Good For You got picked, and I don't know what the rest of the season's going to look like.
Hopefully the rest of the season is aired. Unfortunately, got moved to Saturdays,
That's
and
true.
hopefully they air all of them.
To Saturdays.
A great show.
I think they will air all of them. I think they're going to finish out the season,
Good.
but in terms of a season 3,
Hopefully,
who knows? Hopefully, we can all knock on wood and hope for the
start
best.
knocking people.
I'm really happy with the response that
Yeah.
my music has gotten on the show, and I'm really happy that Smash went and found the new writers, Joe Iconis, Pascal Paul, and I think it's great that they did that.
I thought you were Joe Iconis.
Oh yeah, that's me. I'm Joe
right.
Iconis. Yeah.
So, why don't you talk a little bit about also your advice to people who are just starting out in the business? I know you're relatively new to the business, but you took a big step by moving here to pursue your career. What was that like for you? And what advice would you give to people who are
I think
thinking of doing
the
something?
best advice I can give, and I think it took me a while to kind of wrap my head around the idea of how important it is to see things. Not just, Broadway is not the end-all be-all. There's things. New York is full of things to go see. Musical theater things. Concerts, this, that, and readings, this, that, and the other. And you go and you bump elbows with these people. And I moved here and I didn't know anybody. I didn't know one person at all. And it was when I started going to these events, these concerts, I met Joe Iconis, I met these contemporaries of mine through that. And when you start to meet them, you start to see what they're doing. And you say, how can I do that? And then you start to take the next step with them. And everyone starts to climb together. That's my favorite part about this whole thing, is watching as you climb, the others are climbing as well. I never feel competitive. And the best thing I can say as advice is that because it does get hard, there's a lot of hurry up and wait. That's like a big name of the game. So when things feel like that, you have to say to yourself, other people's successes are not your failures. And that is something I say to myself all the time. When other people see, it seems like everything's happening for them, and I'm like here, and I just got here, and I just need like one more push, and I'm still waiting, and still waiting, and still waiting. I start, there's parts of you that go, well, how come he's doing that? How come he's getting rid of him? That doesn't do anything for anybody.
Right.
You got to sit back and just be like, you're working your ass off. You got to remember that you're treating this like a job. Writing is it's a fucking job.
Right.
And as long as I'm working at it, you're going to keep moving up. And sometimes it takes a little while. You just can't look at everybody else's successes as your bummer. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Make sense?
It absolutely does. So your album comes out April 23rd. We're very excited
23rd.
about that. Hopefully we'll sit down with you again and talk about the album when it comes out.
Definitely.
And we'll have the album in hand, and we can
We can talk about which songs suck and which ones are better than the others.
and what your inspiration was for each song. We really appreciate you taking the time to do
My
this.
pleasure.
We look forward to talking to you in the future.
Absolutely.
And thank you again.
You got it.